Well, of course, Sue, one part of the economy that is very sensitive to interest rate moves is housing, mortgages. But how much would a rate hike really have mattered to the housing market today? Higher rates certainly do cut into affordability, but surprisingly, home buyers are less worried about that than about other roadblocks to home ownership. Diana Olick explains.
Even before today's Fed decision, consumers were not as worried about rising mortgage rates as you might think.
85% of those surveyed said that they would carry on with their home purchase plans, even if rates topped 5%. That's significant. It tells you what the state of the home buyer mind is.
Here's some information on the house.
In fact, home buyers today are more concerned about qualifying for a mortgage and finding the right home than they are about rising rates, according to another survey by Trulia. And it's important to remember that mortgage rates do not directly follow the federal funds rate. They're dictated by bonds that generally track the yield on the 10-year Treasury. That said, when the Fed raises its lending rate, the cost of money for banks goes up, and banks could in turn recoup that higher cost from borrowers in the form of higher rates. That could hit some harder than others.
Our core market is first-time home buyers, first move-up home buyers, and they're price sensitive.
More important to builders and buyers is access to credit, which is easing slightly, according to a new lender sentiment report from Fannie Mae. But make no mistake, credit is still tight, and even a small rate hike could knock an estimated 7% of mortgage applicants out of the running. Not because they wouldn't be able to afford the monthly payment, but because they wouldn't meet the required debt-to-income ratio.
It doesn't matter how low the interest rate is. If you can't get a mortgage, you can't get a mortgage.
What really matters most to housing is a strong economy, and rising rates would be a sign of that. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Diana Olick in Washington.